Okay, so we are going to dwell deeper in the modeling stage. So as you can see, this whole term we are going to spend most of our time in a modeling stage. Okay, so make sure this is set to modeling, and the shelf also set to poly modeling. Now, one thing that you need to be mindful when you are modeling is that you need to be concerned about the topology. Okay, so topology basically is how the line flow in your model. So here I have two exact car. Okay, so I have one on the left and I have one on the right. Now, you can easily see that the car on the left has a better topology as compared to the one on the right, because the one on the right has a very messy line. Okay, so there is no reason for you to create a line that goes like that diagonally, and it goes again like that, and again, so it will create a very messy topology, what they say. Okay, so um, nice clean model, it's something that is like this. Okay, so your assignment or whatever exercise that you do, you need to aim to be something like this. Okay, so this is what we call a good topology, and the one on the right is a bad topology. Okay, now I'm gonna make a new scene, so I can press Control N, or you can go to File and then New. Okay, so I don't want to save this one. Now, we are going to model a very basic object. Okay, so I'm gonna create maybe using this box, right? Now, a polygon object, right, contain um, vertex, or they call it vertices. Okay, and also edge, and also face. Now, so what are all these terms? Okay, so a vertex basically is a dot, a edge is a line, and a face I'll show you later. So as you can see here, right, this is a cube, and if I press 4, and I'm gonna right click and hold my mouse, right, there's an option for you. So this is confirm a polygon object because it contains edge, vertex, and a face. Okay, so let's go to vertex. Now, a vertex again, as I mentioned, is a dot. Okay, so this is a dot. So I'm selecting one dot, and I can press shift to select another one. So I'm selecting two dots, right? And again, I'm gonna press this one, okay, shift, and then drag. So three dots are selected, okay, and that's what vertex is. Now, moving on, we're gonna choose edge. So edge is a line in between this dot. So again, I'm gonna right click and then go to edge. Right, so one edge are being selected, and this is also an edge, this also an edge, and so on and so on. Okay, so I'm gonna selecting three, or I can just do like that. Okay, so that's what an edge is a line. Now, face, right, is actually an area that is enclosed by this edge. So I'm gonna press 5, right? So this whole thing, I'm gonna right click, face. So that is actually a face. Okay, so I have a face there, and I have a face here, and there, and so on and so on. Okay, now I'm gonna create a sphere. I'm gonna move it. Okay, and again, like as you can see, like sphere has more vertex, edge, and faces. So again, the way I select it, I can select one of them, or I can select shift, right, and select all these, right, and press 4, and 4 vertex are being selected. Okay, same thing with the face. I can select one, okay, shift select the other one, like that, right, and if you want to deselect, I can hold my shift and select on the orange one. So that's how I deselect the faces. Okay, now um, how do I delete an object in the scene? Well, if you do like this, right, it's a wrong way to do. Okay, because if you select everything, right, and then you press delete, you're gonna left this face behind. Okay, so this is the incorrect way to do, because right now you are in the component mode. Okay, so if you want to delete the object as a whole, right, you must be in the object mode. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to do it properly. So I'm gonna undo, right. Rather than selecting all these faces, right, you must right click and then go to object mode. Okay, so select the object, so it's indicated by the green color, so that means the object are being selected. Now, once it's being selected, I'm just gonna press delete, and now the whole thing disappear. Okay, the same thing with this cube. If you don't like it, okay, you can just select the whole thing and press delete. Okay, so don't do face, because if you select face, you are going to leave something behind. Okay, and that is incorrect. Now I'm gonna go to my object, undo, and just delete the whole thing. Okay, now how do you actually model stuff in Maya? By knowing all these. Okay, so let's go back to sphere again. Okay, now when you are selecting vertex or edge or faces, right, so let's say I'm going to select all the faces on the top. I'm gonna press F to focus. Okay, select this, right, I'm pressing shift. Let's say I'm going to move all these faces on the top. Okay, pressing 4 just to check. Okay, so once everything being selected, you can actually apply one of these operation. You can move it, you can rotate, shortcut is E, and you can also scale. Okay, so this is what move does. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up or maybe push downward. Okay, I'm gonna undo, and I can also like scale it. Okay, so scale in all direction. Okay, scale in just one axis, Y. Scale on the x-axis. Okay, and scale on the z-axis. Okay, I can also rotate like that, like that. Okay, so there are many operations that we can do. So let's try applying on the vertex. So I'm gonna select this, right, all these. Again, I can use my move tool, or the shortcut is W, and I can just like arrange. Okay, and again, I can go to my edge, and I can move it around. Okay, so this is how we're actually going to model inside Maya. Okay, by moving the individual vertex or edges or even faces. Okay, and yeah, we're gonna have to do all this manually. Okay, so that's how we do a basic modeling inside Maya.